Razorbacks.
So we move on to heat number 3, and there is Benjamin Young, the sophomore from Kentucky, who was fourth at the indoor conference meet at the 1,500-meter distance.
And a local guy, Lexington, Kentucky native for the Wildcats. We saw the Wildcats so strong earlier in the hurdles, now trying to do it in the distances. He was a Kentucky state champ out of high school, ran 4:09.
And has improved to be a sub-4-minute miler by the sophomore. There's Alex Riva, the only Texas A&M 1,500-meter miler who has broken 4 minutes in the mile. He's done that so this year, second at the conference meet indoors. But it's shown again. Even Pat Henry has had to say, hey, we need some middle distance people. They've been good at the 800. Now they're moving up to the 1,500. You'll expect to see distance runners at Texas A&M here shortly, I suspect. So, same configuration. The first 3 across the line will automatically qualify to tomorrow's final, which we don't right now know how big it might be.
Now, one of the things you have to wonder is how watching that second heat affects how these guys strategize in this heat. Are they going to try to get out front and stretch things out? Pat Henry said that Alex Riva really likes to get up front and really continues to come onto the scene and increasingly get better. He has almost set a PR every time he steps on the track. That consistency for him has been key throughout this outdoor season. You can see Young in great position right there on Riva's shoulder. Benjamin Young duked it out with Cameron Griffiths at the National Relay Championships in the 4x1500, so it's very likely both of these guys get through to the final. We'll see a rematch on that perspective and see if anyone can knock off Robert Domanic.
As the sun is starting to retreat behind the buildings here on campus, I just checked the temperature. It's down to 83. The humidity is low, though, especially for the southeast at this time of year, so I'm not saying it's a walk in the park out there, but it should be tolerable for these athletes. As we see a pretty slow first 400 out of Riva, just under 63 seconds at 62.9.
He ran 3:40.66 to clock a personal best at the Brian Clay meet. Of course, as we've mentioned, that was an incredibly fast meet this outdoor season. A lot of guys secured career bests in that race. You can see things still pretty tightly packed here through the first lap.
3:40.66, that's about a 3:58 mile. As I recall, because that was out in Southern California at Azusa Pacific. That was a very nice day for a track meet.
Kind of like this one, right?
About like this, a little bit cooler, and probably not even 35% humidity, which is what we're saying it is here, which is pretty darn nice. Now look at how much it's bunching up and a little pushing and shoving going on there. That's the danger when the pace slows down. It already went out a little bit slow at 62.9, but you can see it hasn't picked up much. In fact, it may have even slowed from there.
The other danger, of course, is that we're unlikely at this point to see any qualifiers on time if this continues, unless somebody really throws down a quick kick. And it does look like that we're starting to string things out there as they approach the backstretch and get into that long straightaway.
They really slowed it down. 2:10 flat as Ethan Moan of Arkansas, the junior, takes over. So certainly we will not see time qualifiers from here as we see Alex Riva there with a little bit of a stumble, but he's able to stay on his feet. Now in third place, being passed currently by Trevor Gilly of Ole Miss. So things are going to start to get serious here pretty quick. It's a lot of run left in these guys off of a 2:10.800.
Yeah, this is where somebody really has to take command, and you have to do it quickly going into that bell lap because you don't want to get forced out to the curb going around on this final lap. And you can see Ben Young is moving up there to the front. Looks like he's going to take command and do it with authority. We'll see if he can stretch out that lead a little bit.
Sam Ahrenholz of Florida now suddenly in the mix at the bell. The junior right there in second place now with Ben Young pushing the pace.
It has now turned into very much a kicker's race at this point. There are a lot of guys who could contend right now as we get to the backstretch. I mean, there are 6 guys right now who are in the lead pack. So whoever just closes well in the final 200 could very well win this heat and get on through to the final.
Alex Riva is the in sixth position right now. And that early leading may have taken enough out of him. It's going to make it very hard for him to get in that top 3. Benjamin Young continuing to lead with Ahrenholz there of Florida. And Riva coming on the outside hard. Nobody in his way. Alex Riva of Texas A&M. He's got one more to pick off. And whoa, man, that's going to be close for the third position. I think Riva got up for maybe second. And it looks like Trevor Gilly's thinking he might be the odd man out. Wesley Curls of Auburn, the senior, ended up on the ground. So it's going to be interesting seeing these guys get separated with the photo. Reba definitely in.
And you could see in that last 100 meters, moving to the front really took a toll on Ben Young. You could see where he really tightened up. And although Reba was way out into lane 2, he was able to find another gear and push through the tape. But man, that was awfully close there at the line.
3:53.03, the official time for Benjamin Young winning that third preliminary heat. I believe it was Alex Reba, pardon me, that was second. But look at the way they had to close from a little less than 200 meters out.
Ben Young made that move early, got up there to the front, but look at how tightly packed it is right there with Sam Ahrenholz of Florida looking like he's in threatening position. Oh, this is looking good now. This is where Reba starts to find another gear, really turns it on. He gets pushed way out into lane 3. I didn't think there was any way he would respond at this point, Dwight, but there he does. Stretches out. He sees the rest of the pack coming back to him and charges all the way through. Let's even see. It looks like that Wesley Curls may have even kind of dive there, may have gotten through if his chest gets across just in time, but may not have. Man, what a way for Reba to recover, because he looks like he was out of it with about 250 meters to go.
Trevor Gilly of Ole Miss just really locked up coming down the home stretch. He had a nice head of steam, and then it just didn't happen for him. Curls, number 3 on the inside, trying to get that torso out front. He pretty much dives for the tape, almost knocks Ben Young over, but he ends up out of there. 60 meters to go. So there's the final results. Benjamin Young, Alex Reba, and Sam Ahrenholz. Those are your automatic qualifiers into the final. Wesley Curls out of it by 0.02 of a second. So until we hear about a protest, or if there is one, how they sort it out and who ends up getting advanced to the final, here are the advancers to the final. And no Jack Bruce there, and nobody from that second heat who is leading with just about 350 meters to go.